happy Friday here. Good to, I guess, you see me in person, but that's half the battle. I'll see you in person eventually, I guess. I'm out here on Klein, that one in Lone Jack. I told you I'd come video for you, so here's what we got. Zoom out. So as we discussed, it's 5.2 acres. I sent you the disclosure. Pretty quiet. That truck that you can barely see turning is the first vehicle I've seen, really. It's all been paved. It's probably about a 5 to 7 minute drive from 50 highway getting here. There's no sign, so it took a minute to find it, but the agent said, oh, there's big red barriers, so okay. So the property line actually goes from this fence line back, and I'm just gonna walk some of it so you can kind of get a feel for it. As you saw, there was a survey conducted. Pretty nice and flat. I'm gonna assume I see that T-post over there, that is the end of the property, so it just goes back this way here. Got some cedar trees, got some, well, other trees. Like they said, water is at the road, so you're gonna have to have that trenched, but we have electric poles right there. Oh, sorry, I was getting a call, I had to reject it. Electric poles there, electric boxes there. So you can pull electric from a couple different places. Someone's been rutting it up a little bit, but going and building, it's gonna get way worse than that. I mean, I think this is probably your ideal spot. Kind of right in here. Not exactly on top of folks. I think that's just like a shop that people are probably living in, because there's a bunch of vehicles around it. But then I saw a concrete pad there, and looks like there's a bunch of lumber and some trusses set out. So a lot of people are doing that. Build a quick pole barn shop, insulate it, live in it. And then you've got a shop. While you build your house, you can live and be on site. So anyway, I assume that's what's going on there. Those would be your neighbors. So, I mean, you had made land sound like an important part. I wasn't sure how important privacy was. So just within, what I'm imagining probably your build site being 1, 2, because that's a barn, 3, 4, well, you can see the roof, 5, 6. And then a really nice barn, but 7 if you want to count that standalone barn. There might be a house behind it, I don't know. Yeah, continuing back through, I see T-posts there, so I have to wonder if this is then the extent of it. I'm betting it is, because that looks about like 5, but let me hop online and check, and I'll start the video back up. Nope, I was definitely wrong. That T-post is not the marker. Looking at the aerial and then county, actually goes back to those 2 trees there. Another view. There's that original T-post I was talking about. There's nothing to say you can't build back here. You're just dealing with, higher trenching costs. You're talking about the difference. I forget how much they charge, because you'll probably be on West Central Electric, which is who I'm on too. I live kind of out this way, west of Warrensburg as well. And they're reasonable, but it was, I think we were like 160 or so yards from the road, which is where we had to have our electric trenched from, and it was about $12,000 to get it trenched there. Whereas, do the math. The closer you are to the road, the cheaper it's going to be to get that done. And then same thing with water. This electric wouldn't be as bad because you do have poles there I don't see a pole there, but I saw that box up there that you could connect to. So you should realistically be between half and 3/4 of what I had to pay, just because you've got one closer to you. Okay, so there's the last set. Let's go ahead and walk to your southwest marker, just so you can have a feel of it. I was looking on the air, and I remember it being between these two trees. So it's these posts here in the corner, this one with the pink, probably it. Okay, that's pretty close. So, if you had to do a lagoon or something, you've got a decent drop. I know you've been looking at that and researching that, so you know, a lot of people prefer the laterals. I like the practicality of a lagoon. I think less can go wrong, and they're going to last longer with less issues. Okay, might as well walk back up your east line, because we haven't really seen it. It is going to be a soggy next showing I've got. My jeans and shoes are soaked. That's why I wore boots, so. Golly, I don't know what type of tree that is, but it's a big one. Okay. Little thorn tree. It is nice that you've kind of got a point of access. You don't have to trench your driveway all through your land. You've already got it on the side. In doing that, though, you'll have to create some type of maintenance agreement, more than likely, with the other owner. So the person who uses this to get to their shop, you know, what that road use agreement looks like, whether you split the cost of putting gravel on it once or twice a year, or whatever that looks like. So your line's right about here. So here is your southeast corner. I'll just walk back up this side, get a little bit less sweat, and you can kind of see what I mean. The spots that have been probably rutted out the most with rain or roots or whatever, they've gone and graveled. But again, I've got a driveway that's about this length that we are here. I mean, when I want to have it rocked, it's about $800 to $1,000, and I'll have to realistically do that once or twice a year. But this one's pretty flat. It's got a decent crown to it, so water should shed decent. Neighbor's got some barbed wire fence all along your east boundary. And now we're right back up to where I originally said I think is the best build spot, but obviously your choice. Looks like they've got some extra, so this is what I'm talking about without gravel on it. Can you see how much higher this side is than this side? Because the water's going down the hill, settling here as people drive it, and this part gets the most weight and just washes it out. So it's probably a foot lower over here than it is here. So just having to keep rock on it to maintain that, because it's crazy how much rock washes away or settles into the ground when you drive over it. I shouldn't be out of breath, but I am. Anyway, glad we got eyes on the property for you. If you've got any other questions, let me know. Like I said, it was an agent in my office who had this one listed. She did tell me that the seller basically just changed his mind. He bought it last year. So is there some room to negotiate the price? I'm sure there's a little bit. I'll have to look. If you're interested, I'll go look at what they've bought it for. Crunch the numbers on where they'd have to be to break even. And we could pretty much start there. The con to moving further west and east is you get into Jackson County and stuff, and your taxes are just a lot higher. So, just something to think about. Anyway, I'll get this uploaded to YouTube and sent to you ASAP. Thanks. Bye.